All right, coming back home, while NASA threatens to continue with its civil disobedience, pressure is mounting for a referendum for constitutional amendments as the only remedy to address the political stalemate in the country. Well, will this be a game changer in Kenya's political landscape? Well, here's KTN News' Duncan Haimba with that report.
Crowd as the Defense Forces band.
As the yes and no contest took center stage prior to the 2010 constitutional reforms referendum, proponents for the current constitution, led by then President Mwai Kibaki and Prime Minister Raila Odinga, who shared power under the Grand Coalition government, admitted the then proposed constitution wasn't perfect and promised to allow future amendments to sections that had issues upon its promulgation. 7 years later, a second push for amending the constitution has begun after the 2016 push by the then Coalition for Reforms and Democracy under the Okoa Kenya initiative failed to materialize after IEBC threw out over 1 million signatures that CORD had presented. The church, led by NCCK, is calling for imperative constitutional reforms as the only way to end the current political tug-of-war between Jubilee Party and NASA.
Amend the Constitution of Kenya 2010 to provide for an expansion of the executive to provide for the president to appoint a prime minister and 2 deputies as part of the executive of the winning party or coalition.
Clearly, there are very fundamental issues that must be addressed if Kenya is supposed to move in the right direction.
The opposition alliance NASA is busy establishing what it calls people's assemblies in county assemblies under their command. And so far, 9 counties have approved the motions whose endgame will be a call for a referendum as well.
The people's assemblies and the motion that is being debated in different parts is supposed to bring awareness and to bring to fore the fundamental issues that we believe ought to be discussed and resolved.
Various stakeholders continue to support the NCCK call for constitutional amendments.
We have also proposed that part of government is the leader of official opposition.
Ule mwito wa kuwa na expanded government iwe ni kitu ya kufikiriwa sana. Pawe pia ni ofisi ya president, deputy president, pawe na maofisi ya prime minister, deputy prime minister. Tuwe tume-expand serikali yetu kikatiba, ndio serikali inapoundwa watu wasikie weko ndani ya serikali.
Faced with a referendum on some of these issues, Kenyans are going to make a very serious decision about a new order.
To some, it is the current worrying state of affairs that calls for the nation's soul-searching.
What may be holding now may not be able to hold in 2022. So clearly, Kenyans need to open their eyes, open their ears, and have a serious dialogue on this.
These divisions are expressions of unresolved grievances and perceptions of exclusion and denial of dignity for the opposition.
The mistake we made as a country in the 2010 constitution was to lock out presidential candidates and their running mates not to be elected from single constituencies.
If we want to see long-term sustainability of justice, peace, and so forth, we must not bury our heads in the sand. We must look at the executive structure of this country, which has become very exclusive.
According to Article 255 of the Constitution, any proposed amendment shall be enacted in accordance with Article 256 of the Constitution, which is an amendment by parliamentary initiative, or can also be done in accordance with Article 257 of the Constitution, which is an amendment by popular initiative signed by at least 1 million registered voters. Duncan Haimba, KTN News.